Hi everyone, I'm Sky. So, computer games are fun. Kids like things that are fun. Kids want to play computer games. Well, not all kids, but some kids. Probably your kids? There are thousands of games out there and most of them are made for adults. So, which ones are too violent, too scary, too tricky, or too adult? And then there's the ones that are made for kids. Are they too babyish and simple? Or are they addiction based and brain numbing? Or are they going to take all your money and steal your information? I mean, some might. But before you throw your hands in the air and let your kids play Roblox, let me tell you, there are heaps of games out there that are not necessarily made for kids, but they can be really good for kids to play. One such game is Raft. You begin on a tiny raft in a vast ocean. You float around, exploring islands and building your raft into a floating mansion. So, shall we jump in? Raft is a survival crafting game available on PC, which means you buy it on Steam, you play it on a computer with a mouse and keyboard as opposed to like an Xbox or whatever. The survival part of that is that you need to eat and drink and otherwise try to stay alive, and the crafting part is that you collect resources to build stuff. As you see, I'm just on a 2x2 raft, but I can make my raft bigger. So I'm just looking for stone at the moment so I can build an anchor, because if you don't have an anchor, your raft just keeps on going when you come to an island. So I just need to check that my raft is still there. Okay. There are resources on the islands and a lot of resources in the water around the islands, which is fun, but then you've also got to not stay underwater too long. So I'm just picking up some planks, leaves and plastic, all this rubbish floating in the ocean, so I can start building some stuff. So there's two things I really like about this game, which I think make it really accessible to kids. The first is multiplayer. It's really good multiplayer, except for the fact that it's not split screen, so you need 2 computers, 2 copies of the game, but that's actually quite standard. The multiplayer is really good because if your kids need a bit of help setting up or learning how to play, you can actually jump in and help them instead of just taking the controls and doing it for them. And the other thing is an ability to switch off the bad guys when you're starting a new world. Choose peaceful and then nothing will attack you, and basically in that way you can completely avoid combat, and that is why I can swim around without, where is he? There we go, without worrying about that fella right there, because yeah, see, he's just coming over to say hello. Whereas if I was playing this in even easy, he'd be trying to eat me. Gotta eat something. Oh, there's a raft. Sometimes rafts appear. So you can't build on these rafts or anything, but sometimes you can find blueprints and stuff like that so that you can build new things. But as soon as you jump on them, they start to sink. So you can imagine that if it was where the sharks can eat you, that would be quite stressful. But yeah, that's fine. Somehow, like with everything, there are different ways to play games. There's no wrong way to play. I'm pretty sure Daniel Tiger said that, but he probably wasn't talking about computer games. So I'm a fan of just floating around and coming across random islands and collecting stuff and building things, but there is a story that you can follow if you want. You build navigation equipment and then go to specific locations, and then there's like a puzzle to solve, and then you get the next clue for the next location, and then so on and so on. It is pretty cool. You get to go to some new locations and find some new resources that you can't find elsewhere. Otherwise, just float around collecting stuff and build a cool raft. So that was a little taste of the game known as Raft. Hopefully it has helped you decide if it is a good game for your kids to play. Let me know in the comments if there are any other games that you would like me to look at in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. It's cold.